Imagine waking up tomorrow with no invisible rules controlling your life. No voice telling you you're not good enough. No fear whispering you'll probably fail. No doubt reminding you people like you don't succeed. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of the limitations in your life, they weren't placed there by the world. They were either created by you or accepted by you. And the moment you understand this, your life begins to change. Because if a limitation was created, it can be recreated. And if it was accepted, it can be rejected. But before you can break your limits, you first have to understand where they come from. Think about an elephant in captivity. When the elephant is young, trainers tie its leg to a small wooden stake in the ground. The baby elephant tries to break free, again and again. But the stake doesn't move. Eventually, the elephant gives up. Years pass. The elephant grows stronger, powerful enough to pull down trees. But guess what? That same elephant can still be tied down with the same small wooden stake. Not because it can't break free, but because it believes it can't. The limitation became mental. And the truth is, many people are living exactly like that elephant. Not trapped by reality, but trapped by belief. Some limitations are born inside our own minds. Maybe it was the first time you failed at something. You tried starting a business, and it didn't work. You tried speaking in public and embarrassed yourself. You tried chasing a dream, and someone laughed at you. In that moment, your mind quietly created a rule. Don't try again. Not because it's impossible, but because failure felt painful. So the mind builds a wall to protect you. But that wall also blocks your potential. And over time, those self-created rules start sounding like facts. I'm just not a confident person. I'm not smart enough. I'm not lucky. I'm bad at business. I'm not disciplined. But none of those are facts. They're simply stories repeated long enough to feel real. But here's something even more dangerous. Sometimes we didn't create the limitation. We simply accepted it from someone else. Maybe a teacher once said you're not very talented. Maybe a friend said people from our background don't succeed. Maybe society said, you're too old, or you're too young, or you don't look the part. And without realizing it, you accepted that belief as your own. But think about this. Every successful person in history had someone telling them it couldn't be done. If they had accepted that limitation, their success would never exist. Here's how limitations quietly control our lives. They don't scream. They whisper. They sound like, I'll start next year. I'll try when I'm ready. I'll do it when I have more money. I'll wait until things are perfect. But perfection is just another form of limitation. And the longer you wait, the stronger the invisible cage becomes. Because every day you delay, you reinforce the belief that you cannot move forward. But something powerful happens the moment you ask one question. Who told me this was impossible? Even more powerful. Did I prove it myself? Because many of the limits people believe in have never actually been tested. Someone simply accepted them and repeated them until they became an identity. But identity can change. Breaking limitations doesn't happen in one big, dramatic moment. It happens through small acts of rebellion, speaking up when you normally stay quiet, trying again when failure embarrassed you, starting before you feel ready, applying for opportunities you think you won't get. Every small action sends a new message to your brain. This limitation may not be real, and slowly, the wall begins to crack. Growth always feels uncomfortable. Why? Because growth forces you to challenge the identity you've built. The mind likes familiarity, even if that familiarity keeps you small. That's why some people stay stuck for years, not because they lack ability, but because challenging their limitations feels terrifying. But every successful person made the same decision. They refused to accept the limits placed on them. At first, the idea that your limitations were created or accepted by you might sound harsh, but it's actually incredibly empowering. Because if your life is controlled by something outside of you, you are powerless. But if your limits come from inside you, you have the power to change them. And that means your future is not fixed. It's flexible. So here's a new rule you can adopt starting today. Whenever your mind says, I can't do that, replace it with, I haven't figured out how yet. That single shift transforms limitation into possibility, and possibility opens doors. Your life is not defined by the limits you were given. It's defined by the limits you refuse to keep. Every dream achieved, every breakthrough made, every impossible goal accomplished started with someone deciding, Maybe this limitation isn't real. So the question is no longer, am I capable? The real question is, which limitations am I ready to stop accepting? Because the moment you stop accepting them, you begin outgrowing them. And the life you thought was impossible suddenly becomes possible. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more content.